does eventually go live.
It says we're streaming.
It says it is in the corner.
It says it's streaming, right? Okay,
It does. It does. Yes.
So tell us, remind me what you discovered last week.
So Noor, who is the daughter of a very old friend of mine who I'd always promised to look after, sent me a message at the offices of our private investigators at the Crossroads College, where we hang out and have our our office. She sent me a message saying we need to meet her as soon as possible, and telling us where to meet her, which was in a chai house, which the name of which escapes me.
Madam Cherries.
But
Madam Cherries in the Neoptra.
Near the spaceport.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to track the location of her communicator and tracked it to the lower levels of Coriolis. We went to the chai house, and we didn't meet her there, but we did meet a friend of hers called Althea. We also met some people that were ostensibly guardsmen in Coriolis.
They weren't.
But Oshian suspected very strongly that they were, in fact, not really guardsmen. They were fake, and they were trying to. They were following Althea for some reason that we don't know yet. Althea, we escaped from the dry house, Althea and myself. Althea, obviously knowing her way around the lower levels of the spaceport, led me down to the stevedores level of the spaceport, and explained that she and Noor had both been showing mystic powers and were being hunted by the martyrs, who presumably these guardsmen were members of, who have basically been hunting down to...
Why do you think the martyrs?
Because Althea told me, I think.
Did she?
Did she? She may not have told me. She told me they were being hunted. I think we would think it was the martyrs because we know of their existence. We know that this kind of underground group is hunting people that have these mystic powers.
Yeah, I think that might not have been something that she told you. I think you might have put that together with some news about just people missing.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a conspiracy theory. I don't think anybody knows they're martyrs. But that's what people are saying.
We're assuming that
the martyrs don't like the emissaries, particularly the one who calls himself the judge, because the judge is their icon. So it's obviously a heresy.
Yeah, and so whilst Tony was doing that, I went and kind of undercover almost offered my services to these guys to get a good look at them. I then recognized that some real guardsmen turned up, and it seemed that the inspector of that group was in on it with these fake guardsmen. I then followed those fake guardsmen back to the sanatorium on Coriolis, which is a place where, if I recall, people who suffered from the effects of going through portal space without being in stasis are taken, presumably to live out the rest of their very short lives in padded cells.
Yeah, and they also offer general hospital services to the poor.
Right.
I think.
So the other thing was that, the other thing was that Althea had Noor's communicator. So Noor had messaged me, presumably a couple of hours before we went to the meeting place. But for some reason had left her accommodation, obviously very short notice, and had left her communicator behind. Althea had gone to Noor's room and found her communicator. So Althea actually had Noor's communicator with her.
That's Althea's story anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but she's offered it to you, isn't it? She's not.
Yes, I think
we've now. She went to hide in the lower levels, in a place in a basement area called the Little Horizon.
Which is why the communicator was tracked at that point. Although it feels like they're still some slight confusion about the timing of things that seems to have kind of very compressed, because obviously I tried to track the location of the communicator quite soon after getting the message. Althea said she didn't send the message, so we assumed that Noor did. But then I tracked that communicator quite soon after getting the message, and it was already then down in these lower levels. So in that time between Noor sending the message and me receiving it and trying to track the location of that, Noor had.
I think that
disappeared.
might
Althea
just be
had,
my GMing mistake there. I think I'd thought more time had passed. Be honest.
fair enough.
Another one. All evidence that goes into the best GM pot, or not, as the case may be.
Or possibly not.
Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
So then we returned to and met up again at the Crossroads College. We invited Althea back to hide out there with us, and I was about to try and hack into Noor's communicator to see if I could find any information or any record of what had happened. Or
okay, so is
Noor
that,
was thinking of
is that
doing.
where we're starting?
I think
now?
that's where we're starting. We pretty much left it at that exact point last week.
Yeah. So when we get back to the Crossroads College, the head of the college, if you in my background too, it's called Lucine de Cumio.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and have a chat with Lucine.
Nice Roman name there.
Well, yeah. In
Decumio.
Dave,
book-
can you? Is it possible for you to put your gain up a little bit on your mic? You're a little bit quieter than
Okay.
Tony.
Is that
Or
through
bring your
audio?
mic nearer to where you are.
It's quite near. Is it audio settings?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that any? No, wrong one. Can't go much further. Is that any better?
Tony, say something.
Yeah,
You're
so
quite-
I mean,
you're
Dave
quite
sounds
clear.
Dave sounds fine enough, but I can hear Dave quite loud and clear. So
Okay.
you're not so quiet. I can't.
Just don't matter,
hear you.
Dave, because I'm going deaf.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey? Speak up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk to Lucine and explain to him what's going on, and that we are kind of imposing upon his good offices here for a short while, and we'll move Althea on tomorrow to another Crossroads College.
Cool. But she's going to spend the night here.
I think so. We said that last time, that this
Yeah.
the network
So,
of Crossroads Colleges
just-
might be a
just
good
to
place
make
for her
sure-
to hide.
To make sure I'm getting my timing right, I wouldn't want to disappoint you by not being specific on time. Are you hacking? Are you putting her to bed and hacking the communicator? Are you hacking the communicator like over supper? Are you waiting until morning to hack the communicator?
I think I'm
Just be
hacking the
more
communicator.
specific on time.
I
Tony,
think
and
I'm.
you won't find any suspicions.
I do find that GMs that go over the top on nailing down timings can be really irritating, don't you?
I sort of be sure.
I'm
Tony
hacking-
doesn't see conspiracy where it isn't. There's plenty of conspiracy here, I think.
to find. I'm hacking the communicator more or less as soon as we get back to the Crossroads College. We'll have the
Okay.
conversation with Decumio, but then I'm not going to wait. So it'll be
Cool.
approximately 17 or 18 minutes after we get back, I think.
If that.
Right,
I could
17 or
talk to
18?
I think it's
And 32 seconds.
more like 6 or 7 minutes, I think.
Right. Let me just find what you find on the communicator, which I'm losing here because
So I have data gin skills. So if necessary, I'll use that to delve into.
you will need to do that.
Can I help with technology skill?
No, he's a data gin.
Yeah, okay.
Just let him do his thing. Sorry, I'm just lost a bit of information about the communicator, which I know is there. Okay, yes. So yeah, have a go. I don't think there's any modifier on hacking the communicator.
Okay, I have 6 dice for this. And I get a massive total of no successes, which I
Okay.
know it's early, but I'm going to push this because I think this is quite important to find stuff out.
How many darkness points do you have, Matt?
I have from last week. I've saved them. Look, four
Okay.
darkness points.
Well, have another one.
Oh, thank you. I will. Thank you kindly.
I get one success.
That's fine. That's all you need. So you can see a bunch of messages. Which do you remember? Althea mentioned another mystic called Aram that she was going to meet. At some
Yes,
point,
the
and
new
then she
friend
saw the
of
guards.
Noor's that they should met quite recently.
Yeah, so Noor and Aram have exchanged a number of messages.
Aram Yaffa, yes.
And there's a message from Aram asking Noor to show up an hour early to the meeting that Althea had been invited to so that they could talk before she arrives. And then there's a bunch of unanswered calls from Althea, which are between the time that which if Althea's story is right, and I'm telling you it is true, it's obviously she'd left the communicator at her apartment, and that's where Althea found it.
So the meeting with Aram Yaffa, that he sent the message for Noor to go an hour early.
Yeah.
So Althea told us about that, but I can't really remember. So we can ask her again what happened at that meeting. Did she turn up, and what did she find?
So Althea says that she went to a meeting that I'm just going to go back a bit and find out where that was, on the Spice Plaza, I think, or the Ozone Plaza. Sorry, I'm being a bit vague here. Yeah, so Noor had arranged for the three of them to meet at the Ozone Plaza at a place called Al Said's Oporium, a well-known tobaccery at the beginning of the second watch, which means lunchtime. But when she got there, there were a group of guards looking for her, and she's been on the run ever since then.
So she never met up with Aram and Noor. No. And she didn't see anything that happened to Aram and Noor at that meeting? Were they just not there when she arrived?
No, they were just the bunch of guards waiting for her. She had to use her mystic powers to sort of blast them out of the way and make a run for it. But because she knows sort of the drains and the stevedores passageways and things like that, she escaped relatively easily.
And so she hasn't seen Noor since that, then?
No.
Or Aram?
No. And it looks like you can see her trying to contact Noor since that time. And that was 2 or 3 days ago, a couple of days ago.
Do we know where Noor lives? And does Althea know where Aram lives?
She doesn't know where Aram lives. You know where Noor lives, Tony. Yeah. Noor lives in the student district, close to the Academy tube stop.
So are we postulating, Tone, that Noor has managed to evade the guards as well and has gone into hiding? Or do we think that they've captured her?
If the guards were there, I guess. So this meeting was well before Noor messaged me, wasn't it? Just going back to the time question.
This meeting was a couple of days, but so you
Right.
got the message this morning, effectively, the day that we're still playing in, and the meeting with Noor and Aram was a couple of days before then.
So,
and
that implies that Noor and Aram managed to evade the guards at that meeting, because Noor was still free to send me that message.
Between the three of you, work out, yes. Given that she messaged you and Althea found her communicator in her apartment. she must have evaded the guards. Whether
At
Aram
that-
has,
at that point.
you don't know.
Although what's happened to her since, because obviously she didn't show up at Madam Thingy's Chai house.
No.
So we don't know what happened to that after she sent that message. So she might have been nabbed by the guards, or she might have just been on the run.
And the fact that are you still there, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've stopped screen sharing.
Yeah, that's all right, because that's fine. The fact that her communicator was left in her apartment suggests she left in a big hurry.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Now, so I guess the question is, one, do we want to go and search her apartment to see if there's anything going on there? And two, the only other clue we've got is that these fake guardsmen went to the sanatorium. Now, obviously came back, so they're not kind of, we haven't got a watch there at the moment. Matt, can I talk to Lucine and ask him to send a couple of the college brethren to go and keep an eye out on the sanatorium surreptitiously to see if any guardsmen go in or out?
He can do that. What's the deal with this unlimited labor force that you're inventing for yourself? What do you do in return?
Very useful underground
Given that you've got
network
quite
of
a large
informants.
bar tab, I seem to remember, and none money.
Yeah, we don't have much money, but I guess if the college, the Crossroads College, is our oasis, which means it's a place of refuge, and the people here are our friends, then I'm thinking that we can build up a little bit of a debt, an overdraft of favors.
Yeah, we can probably help people out with any legal issues they might
I seem
have
to
from time to
remember I
time.
invented a mechanic for this some blooming months ago. Let me see if I can find it. It was only half worked out in that in that discussion we had on the Effect podcast, probably back in the days when it was called the Coriolis Effect. But let me just see if I can find my original script. Games writing.
But yeah, but anyway,
carry on talking. I'll just look this up while I'm going.
We can certainly ask, because I think we want to. Those are our two clues.
Yes.
And we either do one at a time or we split up and do both. And it's probably not wise to split up right now.
No. Matthew, is there anywhere, having known Noor for a while, is there anywhere else around Coriolis that I might know that she might run to hide out that I could check out?
Okay. Sorry, I've just been ignoring everything you've just been saying, Tony. So I'm going to get you to ask that question again.
Is there somewhere, having known Noor for a while, that some other place in Coriolis that I would know about that would be meaningful to her, that she might run to hide out in an emergency?
No, I can't think that you know her that well in knowing her hiding places. You do know her legitimate address, and part of getting that sort of coded message to meet you at Shari's was kind of obviously that was meant to be a bit of a hiding place.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that was the one she thought you might know, I think. As it turns out, you did, because you were there, but she wasn't.
Is there any kind of security grid that we could try and hack into to see CCTV feeds at her house at about the time we think she might be leaving?
That's probably quite difficult to get into. I will have a look at that in a moment. But do you want to send a couple of guys from the college over there?
I think, yeah, if Lucine is happy to.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a +1 modifier on that one, and then it's how we do a reputation roll, which I think is a modifier to so that +1 modifier is to your manipulation.
Yeah, that was your manipulation.
It's 3 in total, 4 with +1.
I get 5 in manipulation. So
Okay.
Oh no, 6. Sorry, it's empathy.
And can
So 7 with +1.
Can I help Tony then as well? If we make a case together.
Okay.
So you get an extra dice off
So I
me.
get 8 dice in that case.
Cool.
You haven't got stats for this man, Lucien.
I haven't done any. I can do some if you like.
Okay.
Not right now, but
I'll do an average stat for him. What have you got?
So I'm kind of thinking that he is a previous friend in every port.
Yeah. He's still asking a
how it
favour.
works. Yeah, I know. I'm just
He
saying.
looks after this crossroads. You want to send his men that look after this crossroads all the way over there to the sanatorium. It's a persuasion job.
Fair enough.
Okay, I get 2 successes.
Okay, somewhat reluctantly, he does. He says it's going on your tab. Favors will be returned.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, so he sends those men off. Right.
Okay, and their instructions are to communicate with us immediately if they see any guardsmen going in and out.
Yeah, and you've described them as being these bald-headed guardsmen that you've seen before.
Yeah. And if possible, if they can follow them discreetly, but if there's any risk of being spotted, then they shouldn't push it.
Yeah. That bottle's really weird.
I know. Maybe I should turn my hammam off.
So are you going to Noor's apartment, or you wanted to try and...
So what are we can go and look around Noor's apartment. Presumably we can get in because apparently Althea managed to find her.
Well, I mean, Althea's a student as well, so, you know...
what is our plan at the sanatorium?
Althea's not a student, sorry, don't ignore that. She's not a student, she's just a friend. But yeah, I think you can get in quite easily.
I have some infiltration as well, so we can always try and break in if we have to.
But Althea's already been in there, so presumably we can.
Yeah.
We can use whatever method she used to get in last time. We can do the same. When we go to the sanatorium, then what's our
You're not going to the sanatorium.
Not immediately. Are we going to Noor? Should we do Noor's first? That's probably
Noor's
the easy one, isn't it?
So all I was thinking was that the only lead we've got other than Noor's house at the moment to find Noor is the sanitarium.
These guards going into the sanitarium. Yeah.
If she's been captured by these guys, then that she might be there. How easy is it? Can you go in and visit people in the sanatorium? Is it like an open hospital?
Yeah, it's kind of like a hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we just, we could find the name of somebody who's in there and pretend to be visiting them, and then just go and have a look around. Although I guess if they're holding her prisoner there, she's not going to be in open view anywhere.
No.
So, can you see the map here?
Yes. Yeah, it's quite small, but if you can zoom into it, that would be good.
Yeah, I don't know whether I can. Let me just.
But it's okay. I can call it up on my iPad as well.
There we go.
For me. So.
So this little red dot down here is your Crossroads College.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. And if we go to don't look at the key because there's other things that are obvious there.
Give away. Let's go to Aram's house.
Aram Yaffa's house.
This is annoying. I can't drag this. I hate this.
Do you, for future reference?
There we go.
Do you have a clipping tool?
I've clipped this,
because you could just clip the level you want and use that as an image.
Well, except we're going to want both of these levels at some point.
Yeah, well, then you could have them both separately,
then you bring
and then show the one that's appropriate at the time.
Anyway,
and then you can cut out all the information.
Area here is the student district, and I believe if I
which one's the student district?
Sorry,
Where's the
by
student
number
district?
1, is that?
01.
Okay, yep,
That's the university area.
in the core.
Okay. And that's where you followed them to. That's where the sanatorium is.
Yeah.
So you head off up there. Are you taking? It's the evening still. Am I understanding this? Don't want to get my timing wrong, Tony.
You
Or are
really
you
touched
waiting
the
till
nerve.
tomorrow morning?
You really touched the nerve there, Tony. I think
Apparently, yeah.
I think we should go straight away. Althea should stay behind at the Crossroads College where she'll be safe.
Okay. Are you leaving Alfia there?
I think so.
So
For her safety, of course.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
because we don't trust her.
so this is still, even though it's evening, it's pretty jam-packed with students of every sort. Every single different sort of institution of learning is somewhere around this patch. So you've got an outreach part of the Zenithian Flight School that's actually based in the monolith. You've got Legion guys walking around in their smart uniforms. You've got courtesans in light, intricately embroidered burkanas. You've got engineers all clustered around Windows tablets. Why they're still using Windows tablets, nobody can know in Horizon. You've got tabac smoking arts students with piercing eyes and flaming hearts. I'm just reading the description out here. And all the university buildings, each one is grander than the last. They're actually all trying to compete with each other as universities go. But you sort of, as you go past those into the student accommodation, then it turns into kind of council houses or council blocks of great, boring, colonial prefab type accommodation. And that's where you can find Noor's address.
Is it really busy in here as well?
There's quite a few students about, yeah.
And are we standing out because we're not young?
Yeah, one might argue that, yes.
Okay. Not
Nor
sure what to do about
was
it.
your sort of way into anything on the youth market, after all.
Yeah.
You'd said. Tony, I can't remember your name.
It's Tony. You've met me. You've been in for like 40 years, Matt. Come on, I thought you'd remember by now.
I can't remember your character name.
Oh, Yaqoub.
Yaqoub, that's it. So
I
yeah.
don't know why I laughed, because that was a bit of a dick move, really. By you.
Yeah. And
It's the stream. Oh, I haven't told everybody we're streaming. Never mind. Too late. We'll do it later.
We're streaming.
Yep. It's no good telling them on the stream. You do it on the social media, Dave. You can, while I'm describing this, you can be flashing up on your Facebook account at least. But never mind. Carry on. So yeah, you do stand out a little bit, but you know, there's mature students as well. None of them looking quite as down at heel private detectives as you guys are, but maybe they're thinking you're cosplayers or something.
Students with more money than we've got.
Yes.
Isn't that sad?
Well, this is pretty cheap accommodation. So these are, you know, we're on a space station after all, so space is at a premium for anybody that doesn't live in the Spire. It's a single room, and it's obviously locked. But
how did Althea get in? Did she tell us?
Lockable.
How did Althea get in? Did she tell us?
Sorry?
How did Althea get
I was
in?
about
Did you
to
tell us?
say it's lockable, but it's not locked.
Oh, okay. It's not
Okay.
actually locked.
So the door's not swinging open like it's been raided, at least you think.
Can I take a little, use my observation to have a little look around and see if there's anybody who might be loitering, who's watching this place?
Well, Well, actually, there is somebody looking at you, keeping an eye on you. You don't need to make an observation roll for that.
Okay. Is it fairly obvious then? Oh,
He's
well,
being quite. I wouldn't say necessarily. I wouldn't say he's being obvious about. Well, I think he's being obvious. He's not being showing offing about it, but he is obviously looking at you.
Do we know who he is? Does he look like a kind of a university official or something? That's.
He looks like a somewhat mature student, actually.
and he's looking at us or not at the door, or has he just kind of spotted us because we stand out?
He's looking at you guys, watching you guys and what you're doing.
Where is he in relation to?
About it, but he's.
Where is he in relation to?
So
you're breaking up. You're breaking up, Matthew.
Your internet is awful, Matt. You've got real lag. Okay, you've come back a bit now, but you had about 10 seconds of.
Oh, I'm not sure what that was. Some effect of Zoom, I think. But I could hear my voice back, which you normally can't do. It's quite clever in that regards. So yeah, he's
where is he in relation to?
He's kind of down the corridor. There's a bit of a common room type area
inside the building.
So inside the barracks building, yes, or the what do they call student accommodation? The halls.
Dormitories, halls.
Yeah, dormitory. And so there's a bunch of individual rooms, and at the end there's sort of shared facilities, and he's kind of leaning not informally, as it were, but kind of out of place a bit, leaning on the corner of the opening into the sort of shared lounge at the end of the corridor.
And he's not in a uniform or anything identifiable.
No. Sorry?
He's not in a uniform or dressed in a way that identifies him as a particular official?
No. He's student clothes. He's a bit older than most of the other students.
I guess we just, and he's making it obvious that he's looking at us.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we saunter in his direction, or should we? Do we go past Althea?
You've been standing for some time outside Althea's room because, yeah, you were about to go into Althea's room. You'd looked at the door, then you looked around to see if anybody was watching. So this is getting a little bit embarrassing for you.
Okay.
I think we just go in, don't we?
Yeah, let's go in.
Let's just go in like we know we're here on kind of official business.
So, this is, as I say, a very small room with a simple mattress on the floor, a small desk, a little sort of storage pot of kitchen tools, a little kind of hot plate, and a little kind of fridge. Does
it look obviously disturbed, or?
Well, it's a student accommodation, so yeah, you might go in there going, well, somebody's turned this over and left clothes all over the place. But on the other hand, maybe Yaqoub, as somebody who's visited here before, it doesn't look really any more disturbed than last time.
Let's have a careful look around and search the place, just see if we can find anything that can give us any clues.
Okay.
At all?
I'm going to keep an eye on the door though as well, just in case our friendly watcher comes through.
Has the image changed?
No, it is not.
No. Okay. Then let me come back and see if I can change the image.
All right, so you've stopped sharing.
Yeah, and I'm going to share again. And now all the photos have disappeared. How can that possibly happen? Give me a moment.
No worries.
I will pull up an image of a thing. So on the desk, you find a pamphlet, and it catches your eye, Dave, because it is a pamphlet for the sanatorium.
Ah, okay. And what kind of pamphlet is it? Is it like, I don't know, what's it? I mean, is it advertising the hospital services?
Well, I will show you what kind of pamphlet it is when I've pulled it up. Give me a moment. I should better do that now. And come on. No, it's not on. Why is it not here?
I'd like to point out to anyone who's just joined the stream, me having just put it up on Facebook, as Matt told me to. We're having some technical difficulties. Please bear with us.
Why is it on the menu of things I can share? So annoying. Let me just try it this way.
If you've listened to the podcast, any watchers, any kind of viewers, then you'll realize this is kind of par for the course for our technical professionalism.
Thank you.
It wasn't just a jive at you, Matt.
No, it wasn't. I'm sure.
I think it's Tony's
Let's
fault,
try
frankly.
and see if we can go it from files. Oh no, this is going to take an age. Why can't I show you this thing? Share the screen. Right, there we go. Can you see it now?
It's working on it.
Not there yet. There we go.
Hey. Okay. Do you have nightmares? Are strange things happening around you? Or do you see visions of things you couldn't possibly know? If you experience symptoms such as these, you might have the mystic's disease. People say there is no cure, but at the Samaritan Sanatorium, we can help you. We can talk. You can talk to us. Everything is kept perfectly anonymous in accordance with the Samaritan oath. Friends and family of those who suffer in silence are urged to reach out. Your loved ones should not have to carry this burden alone. Make an appointment or visit us at this. Yeah, okay. So they're collecting mystics one way or the other. Have we seen these pamphlets out and about around Coriolis?
No, this is the first time you've seen this one.
Okay. So do you think she's been targeted by someone because they suspect that she's got these powers and they gave her this in the thinking that she might come in rather than them have to go and get her?
Yeah, so are they using the martyrs using the sanitarium to basically lure the mystics in so they can execute them? Anything else we can find then around the room?
What else are you looking for? Or
anything that looks
how
out
are
of
you
the
looking?
ordinary,
How
or
are you searching?
searching in a, just reaching around in any papers there might be on the desk?
Well, that's
Kind of
really
under the bed,
I
just
mean, the rest
in
of
the
it is
wardrobe.
I think also looking for signs of any sort of forced entry or any kind of struggle or violence happening here.
No, you don't think so. You think Althea left the door unlocked when she checked this place. So you're, in fact, at that point, there's a knock on the door, or yeah, it's knock on the open door. But the guy who was watching you before is
at the door.
at the door, and he says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, maybe you can. We're looking for Noor. She lives here. She's a student here. Have you seen her?
Who are you?
My name's Yaqoub.
Who are you?
I'm Equius Memorexes.
My question still stands.
Do you want to make a note of this? EKVIAS.
EKVIAS. Equias. Yeah.
Memorexes. MEMOXES.
Okay. Equias Memorexes.
Memorexes or Memoxes?
Memoxes, actually, yeah, not Memorexes.
Because it's not like an old brand of tape from the 80s.
Just had a ghost come in to deliver me a beer.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Thanks, honey.
It's an emissary. It's an emissary.
Like that, a beer ghost. That's the
kind of ghost
you like, yeah. The ghost that delivers beer.
I'm the dorm supervisor here, and you gentlemen, I think, may be trespassing, unless you can show me some student ID.
We're not students. My name's Yaqoub and Oshian. I'm a family friend of Noor's. I'm looking for her. I got a message to meet her. Have you seen her lately? Do you know where she is? Where she might be?
No, I haven't seen her for some time. There have been some sort of strange things going on around her.
He's the guy who was watching us from the corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Some strange things. Can you tell me what sort of strange things?
Comings and goings.
Any more
strange
explicit
visitors?
Well,
I'm getting quite concerned about Noor's safety. I'm trying to find her. Anything you can tell me that might help me find her will be greatly appreciated.
Well, I've got a large building here and a lot of students to look after. You know, and I'm a busy man, and you can smell on him the smell of opal smoke. So he also has time for himself. But,
has he come into the room, or is he still? Are we still standing?
No,
at the
he's
door?
kind of in the entranceway. I mean, there's not. Once two of you are standing in the room, there's pretty much all the space, unless
Right. Okay.
One of you sits on the bed and invites
Right.
you in.
This is like just a student room, literally a room. It's not a student apartment.
No, but it's got a little bed sitter, hot stove, and stuff as well. But so it's a little bit grander than, or not grander, a little bit better equipped than some of our student rooms that had shared kitchens and the like. But
not much.
But still really small.
Yeah. Okay. I'm saying to him, look, Mr. Memoxes, whatever his name is.
Memoxes, that's right, not Memorexes.
Memoxes. Clearly, if your responsibility here is for the welfare and safety of all the students, we are concerned about the safety of Noor because she's been missing for a number of hours at least, if not a day. Family friends as we are impatient to find her and find information that will help us.
I can imagine you are. I'm going to say this without really believing it's true, but you could maybe go to the guards, because the guards were asking after her. But between you and me, these were the strangest guards I've ever seen.
How long ago were the guards here looking for Noor?
Earlier today.
Timeline question. So would this have been after Althea had been here? Can we work out?
No, earlier than that, you think?
Right. Okay.
But before Noor sent me the message, or after that?
About that time. Maybe after that time. He wasn't at his watch. He just, he challenged them. They all had, they didn't have station accents, he said, and they all had clean shaven heads.
That does sound unusual.
We believe there might be some foul play going on here. If there's anything else you can tell us that might help us in this situation, you may well be helping to save Noor's life, or at the very least preserve her welfare?
Well, I'll tell you this. Noor's a personal friend. And just recently, she's been scared and nervous.
Do you know why?
Not really, no. Something she didn't want to tell me, I think.
So she didn't confide in you what her, the reason for her
Fear
was? Didn't give you any indication at all? She said that some were some
guards,
people?
I said?
Yeah.
I reckon a couple of them paid a visit a couple of days ago as well, but they were in civvies. They weren't in uniform.
I think you'll find that these are almost certainly not guardsmen. These are criminals impersonating guardsmen.
Well, I didn't want to say it because, I'm a loyal citizen of Coriolis, but they were the strangest guardsmen I've seen. Anyway, I shooed them out a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago. But I caught them here again, trying to go through the stuff.
So they've been here looking for Noor, or interested in Noor, for at least a week, and they haven't managed to find her in that time.
Well, you say she's gone missing. I can't say they haven't managed to find her.
When did you?
I don't know where she is.
When did you last see her?
Was Noor here earlier?
When? Last night. Did you say?
Maybe a couple of nights ago.
Right.
And the last time these strange guards were here was when? Did you say earlier today?
Yeah.
But Noor wasn't here earlier today?
Maybe she fled when she saw them coming.
Her friend Althea came. It was after Althea had come and to look for her.
It was after Althea came. Okay. That's helpful. That's very helpful information. Thank you.
I'm going to give him my card and say, look, if you hear from Noor or get any more information, please contact me immediately.
Cool. But really, I should lock this door. It's full of her stuff. Are you done here? Do you need more time?
Do we need more time?
No, I think we're probably done here.
Okay.
Can I get you to make an observation roll?
Both of us?
Yeah.
With any...
Oh, it is observation. Hold on. What's the skills? What skill set we got in this damn game? I can't remember.
It is. It's
observation.
It is
with wits.
Many different skill sets.
Yes, it's observation, Matt. It's observation, Matt.
It is observation, is it?
Yes, yes, it is.
I just been doing game with him, investigation and stuff.
Is there any bonus, or
no.
Is it just a straight roll? Okay, I've got 7 dice then.
I've got 6. Can we both do this roll?
I'll let you both do it. You can both push it if you want. I'll have 2 darkness points.
Well, I'll see how well Tony does first.
I do 1 success.
Okay.
I get no successes. I won't push.
You remember that she had a little kind of hiding place because she's a student, so she's always leaving the door open. So
in this room.
Yeah. And it's under one of the a stick with some money on, and she'd immediately sort of put it in this little cache under the floor. You think you can remember which floor tile it's under?
Okay, so let's say to Minoxes, well, if you could just give us another minute or 2 and we'll be finished. We'll be out of your way very, very quickly. We appreciate your cooperation. And I'm going to try and gently close the door on him.
Well, hold on. You don't know what Tony's just thinking about.
Oh, well, he's giving me a look. So,
yeah, so we want to do, a little bit more of, so actually I was about to search the room when this guy came in, wasn't I?
Yeah.
So
okay, right. So you edge him out of the way. Tony, yeah, you find this sort of loose floor tile. And underneath it, you, I can't think what they call them, the data chip with money on, transactor.
No, it's not.
Anyway, one of those,
Yeah,
a money
yeah,
chip, basically, and her diary.
Diary. Okay, that could be useful.
Okay. Do we want to take her money, or should we leave the money behind, or do we need to do something? Well, no, let's take the money. I need the money. I'll pay her back later. Do you want to leave something in there that indicates that she'll know is yours, so she'll know it's you that's taken it if she comes back for it? Have you got
Yes.
like a ring or something you could put in there, or you know, I don't know, smiley face or something?
So Matthew, can I have something then like that, a ring or some?
Well, you tell me what it is. Put it in there.
I think it probably is a
No,
ring.
you can't have a thing. Not a thing that's got any sort of story value at all. It'd be ridiculous. Stop role playing unless you had it on your equipment list to begin with. No, you can't.
Fair enough.
But what is it? What is it? You have to tell me what it is.
I think it probably is a ring or something she would recognize.
Okay, yeah. Do I have to do all the role playing for you? You were mates with her father. Were you both at some sort of college together down in Kua? And this is like your varsity ring or something? Or did you do some sort of service together at some point? Or is it some archaeological find?
Maybe it's a ring that the young Noor gave to Uncle Yaqoub.
Yes, I don't think it's
unmistakable.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the ring it is.
You do realise, Tone, that we're now left calling cards with anybody else who comes here straight to us. Your ring and my business card, but you know, I might have been foolish because if they come to the Crossroads College and Althea's sat in the corner. Oh well, I've got my rifle there. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, I think the ring isn't necessarily identifiable unless you particularly knew me well and had seen it. I've seen me wearing it.
I guess that's
so. Anyway, you get out and your man Memorex unlocks the door, locks the door up.
Yeah, I'm saying to Memorex, Memorex. Isn't that kind of cassette?
Memoxes.
Yeah, we've done that joke already. Though. You're not paying attention.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
His name is not Memorex. It's Memoxes.
Okay. No, I was probably far too busy struggling with Facebook to try and post the link to this thing, which I really hope nobody's followed because this is the worst stream we've ever done. I'm going to say to Memoxes, we always remember people who do us good turns and are available to provide good turns in return. And I'll pat him on the shoulder as we leave.
Cool. Okay.
So yeah, let's get somewhere safe and have a look at that diary, I guess, Tone.
Yeah.
Where to then?
Back to the college? Crossroads College?
I guess so. Let's keep careful watch out to make sure we're not being followed by anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, make an observation roll versus a said person's.
Well, it's just there might be.
I got one success, but should I push that?
I get 2 successes.
Okay, I won't bother then.
So if there was a person following you and they had got anything less than 2 successes, you would spot them if they were doing that with their infiltration or whatever. But no, nobody's there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it's no surprise. We advertised that we're at the Crossroads College, and I've just given a card that probably has that as our forwarding address kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might as well just go straight back, might we?
Yes.
We might want to suggest Althea.
Move on quickly.
Yeah. But I guess at Crossroads College, the point of it is it's not the kind of place that 3 or 4 pretend guardsmen are going to try and raid, because it's full of hard criminal types who don't take kindly to strangers.
Okay. So you're back at Crossroads College.
Yep.
Looking at the diary. So scanning through the diary. Somewhere I've got some description of what's in the diary. Give me a moment. So the diary describes, first of all, again, several meetings with Aram over the last couple of weeks in cantinas such as Wahib's and
Is this
outside.
just like a written diary, or is it an electronic, like a handwritten diary? Is it electronic?
Ooh, there we go. I think it's probably handwritten, yeah.
And are these entries, what's the tone of them? Are they kind of just very like business-like, or are they, I met the lovely Aram, we had a beautiful time, he's such a lovely bloke? Or...
Well, the tone changes. So it gets increasingly sort of paranoid as the entries go on. So it does start off kind of, student diary, like, yeah, I met Aram, even at the point where, although she doesn't particularly mention the sort of mystic disease that she and her friends have got, she's you can tell, reading between the lines, she's now moving into a phase where she's gathering people, like Althea's mentioned, Aram's mentioned. The disease itself isn't mentioned, but you can kind of get there.
Is Aram mentioned as somebody who's got the disease as well?
Let me just check that.
Or is she becoming increasingly paranoid about Aram?
No. It's more with herself. So
right.
So Aram, I guess, doesn't particularly mention him having the disease. But it does appear that he is the one that suggests to her, he might even be the one that gave her this sanitarium pamphlet, because she talks about going to the sanitarium on his suggestion.
That's a bit suspicious.
Can I have a little chat with Lucine and some of the other lowlifes?
Hold on, there's more in the diary.
Okay.
Give me a moment. And then after that sanitarium visit, that's where it really starts going a bit weird and paranoid. So, and here she does start talking about her mystic power, both as a blessing and as something shameful. And you also then start hearing her talk about people she sees, scarred, bald guardsmen following her.
Does the diary...
Are these entries dated?
Timeline time.
Yes.
This is going to become one of those things like, what's the name of every single member on the base kind of thing, isn't it?
So most of these entries that I've been expressing to you that are of interest, featuring Aram or whatever, are the last couple of weeks. And
did it say that she'd been to the sanitarium, or she'd just been advised to go?
No, she'd actually gone to the sanitarium.
Right. Okay.
So there's an entry where she said, I got in touch with them and booked an appointment. And there's an entry where, she talks about having been. And that is the point where she then becomes a lot less jolly in the writing and more paranoid, more confused, where she starts talking about her curse or her blessing or her shame. One thing, you know, she's now a lot more confused about this power that she managed to get.
So they obviously let her go. So she went there.
Oh yeah,
and she was allowed to leave. So if they're using that just to hoover them up, why didn't they just hoover her up at that point?
Take her then, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to be some sort of, you know, I don't know whether you call it like Mystics Anonymous type support group sort of thing, or counselling sessions, rather than, you know, you need to be admitted.
I was thinking, what's the this fake guardsman's interest then in the sanitarium if it's not just a way, unless they're going and trying to put pressure on the sanitarium to reveal who the mystics are that are coming in for this therapy.
Is there any word on the street? This is what I was going to ask my low life friends at the college, at the Crossroads College. These kind of flyers that are going around. Is there any word on the street that there's a reward to come for information that helps the sanitarium take a mystic into care?
No. Well, let's make a roll on that.
I think I'm being very suspicious of Aram here and wondering whether he's taken basically been a snitch and has got some money out of getting her to go in that direction. So I think we need to go and find him somehow.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you don't want to know whether there's anything on the street word?
I do. Yeah, I do. I do want to know that. Yeah, absolutely.
How are we going to do that? So you get +1 from your Oasis.
Just going to be.
I think it's going to be culture.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that. Damn. I get 5 dice in total with my +1 for the Oasis.
Can I help? I have culture.
Okay, throw him a dice.
Yep. Okay, yep. Okay. I have I've rolled 1 6 or leaving so far, and it wasn't on that dice roll. So do I push this or not bother? Does it matter too much? No, I don't
Probably
think
not.
No, I'm not going to. So I think I'll remain in the dark, and I can assume that that's the case. Just because nobody's saying it's the case doesn't mean it's not actually happening that way, in my mind.
Okay.
Okay. So the other question is then, should we ask Althea where Aram lives?
Yeah.
She's never met Aram.
Okay.
So I don't think she knows.
But was he a student, friend of?
No.
Yeah, does Althea know in the diary, does it say where Noor met Aram, or give any clues about where he's
the places
from?
where she meets him, the Wahib's Cantina, the place that that Althea mentioned that she was going to meet them, the Alcides in the spice.
His house at this address?
Never. They don't mention his address. No.
Do we just need to do the good private eye thing and leather on the street kind of thing?
Yeah, go around the places where they meet and ask around.
Is there any picture of Aram in any diary or a description or anything?
Althea says no, she hasn't got a picture of him. She wouldn't know what he looks like. Noor had mentioned that he had worked as a cargo hand at some point, so she knows the stevedores quite well. You could maybe go down and talk to them.
Yeah, okay. And can she give us an introduction to somebody? Or maybe not directly, but say go and talk to Steve, the stevedore, and tell him that Althea sent you.
So I've already met a couple of the stevedores, including
okay.
Hugh,
who is the kind of the boss of the stevedores. So I've already met her when I was escaping from Madame Shari's chai house with Althea.
You didn't offend her or anything?
Don't think so. I have no memory of having done that. You know.
Good.
I might have inadvertently. Don't think so. No.
Cool. So shall we go and try there first?
Yeah.
Rather than just go and asking for his, if anybody knows him in Wahib's and Al Saeed's places, because that's just a bit. That's kind of last resort, isn't it? Really, we're showing our hand a lot. We don't want him to find out that we're looking for him before we find him. Really.
Okay, so you want to go and see?
Did we take Noor's money stick?
Yes, we did.
Transactor.
I've look at it. Transactor is the name of it.
Transactor.
Not a
It
money.
is a transactor.
Yeah, not money stick. Of
Um,
money.
Well, I'm just thinking. I have absolutely no money.
You have no money, no. But
Can
you
we-
do have your best friend's daughter's money stick.
How much money is on the money stick?
I think you can see the number on it. I don't think you have to plug it into anything. So there's about 2,000 burr on there.
Okay.
2000.
Okay. Well, I will promise to pay back every last penny. But for now, I've got 2,000 burr. Unless you object, Yaqoub.
No. Let's say we'll pay Noor back when we find her.
When we can, pay her back in favours, because that's what I've got to offer back at the moment. Toilet roll. I've got loads of toilet roll I could give her. That must be worth about 100 burr a roll at the moment.
Now, the great toilet roll crisis was what had brought the exodus away from Al-Ada to this thing. Since coming to the first, second, and third horizons, they found toilet rolls aplenty.
A couple of weeks ago, I did my next door neighbours a little favour, and they offered to give me 2 loo rolls as thanks. I
So
declined.
now we know who's got them all.
I declined, but yeah. Anyway, okay.
I'm just looking for her stats. Can't find her stats anywhere. I will make them up.
For the stevedore.
Okay, the stevedore Akbar. Okay, so
do you know where to
you
find
can just about find your way down there again. It was a bit of a
I was
maze,
paying
but I remember you
close
saying,
attention
I'm trying to
specifically to remember the way. Yeah.
So you can do that. So you get down under the Neoptra airport spaceport.
Just as a general rule, I'm whenever we're moving around outside the Crossroads College, I am watching for any kind of surveillance or people watching us or following us.
Okay, make a observation roll.
Unless you want to do that, Tone.
Well, I have 6 dice in observation.
Okay, no, I've got 7.
I can help though, presumably.
Okay. Okay, I have 2 successes.
Okay, no, you don't seem to be anybody following you.
Okay. Matt, there is no one following us. Matt is just letting us wind our own paranoia up here.
Of course. Of course.
Would I do that? Would I roll some dice just to make it sound like I'm rolling some dice and then look at them calculatingly for just a moment before saying, no, nobody's following? What do you think? What do you take me for?
Yeah, we have met you before, remember?
So yeah, you're going to see She Schumer, and you get down to Stevedore Central, as it were. She's a busy woman. She's running all sorts of things. So you have to, although very briefly Althea introduced her to you, you've got to wait a little bit to see her. And she is eventually ready to see you, and she says, "We haven't got much time. What is it you want to see?" She's a older woman, quite respectful.
So Althea introduced me to her. So presumably she knows Althea really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you remember Althea introduced me to the other day. Althea was,
in fact, it was yesterday.
Yesterday, it wasn't yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, hold on. Let's just check the timeline. We have now gone to sleep for a night, have we?
Well, I guess we're in the early hours now,
Yeah.
aren't we? So it would have been.
No, we haven't gone to sleep for night.
By the clock, it's yesterday.
Yeah.
No, we haven't gone to
Okay.
sleep yet now.
Right. So it's sort of 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Okay, she's asleep. Come back tomorrow. No, she's still there because the work of the
port never stops.
Yoctra never stops.
So I'll explain. Yeah, Althea introduced me to you yesterday. We were slightly under pressure trying to get away for some people that were following Althea, and they'd also been following her friend and my family friend Noor, who's gone missing. We're trying to find her. We're trying to find anybody who may have seen her recently. She had another friend that we know she saw quite recently called Aram Yaffa, who I know had worked down here as a stevedore. We're trying to find him. If you can give us any help, if you know him, or if you can give us any help to try and track him down, that would be massively helpful to try and find Noor. Althea's very worried about her. So am I. Aram Yaffa.
And why does Althea think that I should know him?
Because she says she seems to think he works down here.
And go through the records if you want. Have you got something else? Have you got I don't know, any other form of identifier for him?
I'm not sure we have, no.
So just the name. Make a manipulation roll.
Did you want a dice from me as well, Tone?
If you can help, then yeah, that would be helpful. Give me 7 dice. I will push this one. And I'll get no successes.
The thing is with you guys, I think you guys think that, we do everything by word of mouth down here among the stevedores. This is a complex operation. We do use computers. We're not all bloody primitives from the jungles of Kua.
We just expected that someone of your stature and prominence here would probably know everybody.
Or we thought you could possibly, if you have a moment, to get someone to look at the records for us. I don't think we assumed you were. I mean, I am from
if you had something like even a blooming communicator number or something like that, I could probably search for it by that.
Which we do, because her
we have a communicator number. We do have a communicator number.
Why didn't you say so? You would have made this whole conversation a lot easier.
We do have.
I'll get out Noor's communicator.
Okay.
Yeah, this is his communicator number.
Right. Okay. So he gets a tablet, taps the communicator number in. Yeah, peace worker, Aram Yaffa, you say. Aram Yaffa, you say.
Yes, that's him.
He has worked here on and off. He's not got a regular apprenticeship or anything.
Do you have an address for him?
Yeah, I got an address. It's 3 neighboring residential modules, and she gives you the address. And it's relatively high up above the promenade near the Ozone Plaza.
Is that a nice area? Would we know?
I think we would know. Yeah,
you would know. The Ozone Plaza is one of the big plazas. So the Spice Plaza was.
It's one of the 4 big plazas that are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we go over to this map, give me a moment, and I will share a screen with you and find the photo. The photos have gone again.
So he lives near the Ozone Plaza, is that right?
Yeah.
In the ring.
Right, I'll put it on my screen now. How can I share a screen with you?
Yeah. So I've got my map, which you can't see because my thing is blotting it out, but invisible ink map. It's excellent. Yeah, it's on the
right.
west side.
I've got it on my screen.
Yeah,
I've got it on the PDF.
So what can you see now?
Nothing yet. It's working on it.
Yeah. I can't. I'm clicking on this damn photo. What does?
Don't worry too much. It's on the west side of the ring.
Yeah.
Um,
Remember earlier on I said don't look at 03. That's the address.
oh, okay.
03. That's up at the Spice Plaza.
Are you
Or
looking at?
I think it's a different map. It's
oh
the
yeah,
map-
it's a,
yeah.
it's
I've
a-
got
there's a
different
scenario
key on
specific
this,
version.
on this one.
yeah.
Yeah, of course, because my generic map doesn't have his house on it, funnily enough.
Right, my computer has just died, so I have no idea what's going on.
I can hear you, but
We can still hear you. You're not moving.
your video
frozen.
stream is gone.
Yeah, yours has as well.
Okay.
So let's carry on just on voice.
It says we're still live on YouTube.
I'm sure we are, but none of our pictures are moving.
Well, ours are.
Ours are.
Okay.
We can see ourselves move each other.
Oh! Now my screen's gone black and my cursor's going all over the place without me doing anything.
You're moving again.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Okay. Well, I can't see anything on the screen.
Okay.
No, we can still see a little message saying that you started screen sharing, but it's never got beyond that.
Can you
Right.
stop? Can you stop screen sharing?
I can't see anything. No. I've just got a black
Okay.
screen now with a cursor on it. And your voice
Technology
coming out
marvelous,
of
isn't
it.
it?
It's the darkness between the stars, Matt. That's what
It is the darkness between the stars.
The darkness.
So anyway, are you
the-
heading
it's the-
up to this place?
It's the darkness between your ears, Matt. That's what it is.
Terrifying place.
Are you going to Yaffa's place?
I thought that was quite funny. Yes, I think we are.
I'm not interested in. I'm just looking at a black screen. It's not funny when I can't see your face. Where's your face? So you're going to Yaffa's place?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a relatively poor district here. There are there's lots of noise going on. It's quite although poor, it's kind of happy. There's laughing, there's shouting at each other, there's crying children, there's barking dogs. It's a constant whirl of noise and activity. This is almost shantytown-esque, this part of the station. The modules are made from different materials and painted in every imaginable color. And there's a maze of balconies and canopies and crisscrossing clotheslines, which only add to the neighborhood's chaotic appearance. Oh, you're back. Hi. No, you're not moving though. Never mind.
That's probably because we are not moving.
Okay.
As in,
Yeah. We can now see basically your Dropbox folder list.
All right. Well, there we go. That's exciting.
So-
Let's stop sharing that screen. Because
porn and
I'll stop sharing that and come back to us altogether. You work your way up there, and there's 3 of these sort of individual units that are single rooms that are neighboring, which are the home of the Yaffa family. Now, there is a smell of baklava and baking coming out of these homes because Yaffa's dad, Aram, is a baklava chef. He sells baklava down on Spice Plaza quite a lot of the time, but he makes it all here. And he's a somewhat rotund man, as you might expect a baker to be. Big belly, big laugh, smiling eyes when he sees you. He's always loving to talk to new people. So as you approach, he says, welcome. Come and have a word. My name is Aram Yaffa. Who are you?
I didn't realise we got that close, frankly, but okay.
Yeah, I think we can approach you a bit more cautiously and
Well, sorry.
observe before we.
He's seen you.
We've just walked straight up. Okay.
Fair enough.
So is he cooking kind of outside his house then? Is that what he's doing, or?
Well, no, he's going in and out.
Right. Okay.
But his baklava, the smell of his baklava is coming from outside his house. But there are there are all sorts of things. There are cheap furniture scattered outside.
I think we're losing you again, Matt.
If you can hear us at all, Matt, we can't hear you. You've frozen completely. We can't hear you now. Oh.
So
I'm miming.
Oh, we can hear you now. You're back.
yeah,
Right. Okay. There we go.
it got stuck, and then it ran through about 15 seconds in about a second and a half.
Yeah, then
So you
caught
went,
up by going fast forward to catch up.
So yeah, it's a chaotic family home made out of these 3 units.
Is there anybody else here other than this guy?
Yeah. There's his wife, Yahara, and she is, although he is very pleased to see you, she is the one that kind of organizes everything. So when they've got guests, he says, "You didn't tell me we're having guests." He says, "Sit down. We need to make some space. We need to make some space." And some of the upturned deck chairs are righted and rugs thrown over them. Sit down. Sit down. Welcome. Welcome.
Is this where they sell their baklava as well?
No, they sell it on the Spice Plaza.
I'm just wondering why they're being so welcoming, seeing suddenly we're guests.
They're
and we were
nice
just
people.
walking
Complete
past.
strangers just walking past. Yeah, we didn't just like walk into their house, did we?
To get to their house, you have to be wanting to go to their house. It isn't
Right,
like a street.
okay.
You've got to kind of go across.
So you
various
can't walk
balconies
past.
and things
Yeah,
like that.
you can't just walk past it. Isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
This is a kind of favela sort of thing.
Okay. It's a great pleasure. We've heard many great things about the baklava of the Yaffa family, and that smell. It's just.
So you must try some. You must try some. And he is obviously very generous. Even his wife, though, is quite generous. She says, "We must bring some hot kawa." She calls for coffee and puts big trays of baklava, bowls of dates, and says, "Welcome. Sit down. Sit down. Tell us why you're here."
Go on, Tone. You'll say it more
I was saying,
diplomatically than me.
We were looking for Aram. Actually, is he your son? He's
Yes, my son. He will one day be the best baker here, if only he concentrates on his baking.
He's a friend of a family friend of mine, a student called Noor, who seems to have mysteriously gone missing. We're trying to find out where she is. So we'd quite like to have a chat with Aram, see if when the
Well, he's not here now.
The last time he
he
saw Noor was.
He should shortly return. So eat. Tell us
Thank you.
about what you do. We're always interested in you people, says Choram.
Do I get any sense that this is a false bonhomie, or can I have an observation
You
roll?
want to make a insight roll, is it? Oh no, sorry,
No.
wrong skill set.
Observation, maybe?
I guess it would be an observation.
Or I could use the judge of character.
You could use your judge of character.
It
Tell
would,
us
it
about
would
your
mean
judge of character, Tony.
it would mean giving Matthew a darkness point. It means I can tell if someone is lying, basically just by observing them for a minute or so.
For a darkness point?
For a darkness point.
Well, shall I try and observe them first?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Get a sense. I get 2 successes.
Well, you don't think he's lying?
It's just, it's not so much about lying. It's just about, this is very,
It
very.
isn't false bonhomie.
Yeah, okay.
It's a hard life in the third horizon.
That's why I'm being.
You should take some.
That's why I'm being a bit,
Cautious.
cautious and paranoid.
That's sensible.
Okay. I don't think there's any reason for us to be dishonest about what we do. So I'll whip out my card and
Do you say to him, do you say to Yaqoub, I don't think there's any reason why we should be dishonest?
unlike usual.
Yeah. No. Okay,
Let's change our plans. Okay, sorry. No, you whip out your card.
Right, card and say, well, by trade we are private investigators, but in this instance we are working because as Yaqoub said, a family friend has gone missing, and we believe she's a friend of your son's, and we'd just like to talk to Aram
so
about
you work for her father. Such fatherly love for a child. Yes. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Sorry.
Carry on.
We work for whose father? Noor's father.
Well, you said you were looking for the daughter of a family friend.
We are, yeah. Well, yes. She is a family friend too of Yaqoub's.
Her father has sadly passed away some years ago, but he was a very good friend of mine. I worked with him for many years, and always promised to look out for his daughter when I returned to Coriolis.
So you're doing it pro bono.
Absolutely, yes. This is a personal matter rather than a professional job for us. Yes.
Personal. It's good that you honor your friendship with the dead here. Well, we need only wait. I'm sure at some point Aram shall return.
Well,
can I offer you more kawa?
What's Aram doing at the moment? Is he working or?
Yahara says, one would like to think so, yes. But I think he spends too much time rolling dice. He could get a proper job, I'm sure.
He's a role player then.
A gambler.
As opposed to a gambler.
Not as bad as a role player. No. Gambling is his only sin.
Yeah. At least he rolls some
He does not play
being a
Dungeons
gambler.
and Dragons. Here in the Third Horizon, we're on 23rd edition. So yes, you sit and wait with them, I guess.
Yeah,
I think we will for a little bit. Yeah.
And
so, is there only one way up to this favela? Is there just like
probably there's probably another way, sort of on the other side, but you are kind of clambering across other people's other people's front balconies.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like a straight street or anything like that. It's you've climbed up a number of steps.
Pardon me. So he's going to come likely from the same direction.
Probably the same way that you came up as well. That's the clearest way up.
So I'm just thinking, if he sees us and decides he doesn't want to talk to us and runs, is there an easy way for us to cut him off, or shall I go?
I don't think so. I think you've just got to keep an eye out for him.
So where we are, how are we kind of inside the house? How visible are we from distance?
You're kind of so
we're kind of sitting outside the front.
The house is effectively 3 small rooms. So they spend as much time as they can outside, even in this time of social distancing.
So I'm going to say to our hosts, I'm dreadfully sorry. I just realized I do need to make a communicator call, and I'm going to excuse myself, and I'm going to take my communicator out, and I'm going to walk back the way we came to a spot maybe 50 or 80 yards away, and pretend to be on my communicator. The idea being that when he comes and sees Tony and he runs, I'm there able to stop him.
Okay. Bearing in mind, you don't know what he looks like, although I guess you could probably tell a family resemblance.
And if he looks at Tony,
so
and
you're
goes,
really just looking
runs.
for somebody who walks past you, sees Tony, turns around and comes back again.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Who fits the profile? My gun is in a position where I can get to it easily, but it's concealed.
Okay. Could you maybe make an observation roll?
I can give that a try. And I get 2 successes.
Okay, give me a moment. Yeah. Now you spot somebody who's trying to be discreet, but she's totally failed.
A woman rather than a man.
Oh yeah, a woman. you've not seen her before. She is. You get the impression from the way she's behaving that she's waiting for Tony and you, arguably. I don't know whether she recognizes that you've come down to leave.
Is she young, old?
Youngish,
Does she
not like a teenager. She's in her mid-20s, I'd guess. Possibly.
Does she look like a student, possibly?
No. She. Okay, make a culture roll.
Okay, well, at least I got a chance with culture on this character. Not a big one, but yes, I get 1 success.
Okay, she looks a little bit. You can tell from her the way she holds her tabula, and is taking photos of the scene, taking images and whatever magical image making device we have in the Third Horizon of the surrounding area. You think she might be a journalist,
Right. Who seems to be focused on Tony?
No, I said waiting for Tony to leave.
Right. All right. Okay.
Maybe she wants to get him to talk to the family.
Anyway, if you don't approach her, she'll carry on waiting for Tony to leave.
Okay. I want to maneuver myself into a position where I can watch her without her seeing me.
Okay. Can you
Infiltration?
I'm going to make an infiltration roll.
Yep. Okay, I can give that a try. What have I got? I'm trying to remember what my Lady of Tears talent does for me. Just give me a moment. I just want to check that. I don't think it's anything relevant to this, but I just want to check. Okay, Lady of Tears. Okay, no. It means if I'm broken, I can restore a hit point, or I can ignore a critical injury, which is quite nice. Okay, but not any use in this situation. Right, so infiltration roll then, Matt. I've got 5 dice.
5 dice, okay.
And I get 1 success.
But she clocks you as you make that move.
Okay.
She doesn't.
Okay, I'll turn
doesn't challenge you or anything, but you realise you've been caught.
I'll turn that move from I'm trying to get behind you to watch you to I'm approaching her in a friendly way.
You're approaching her, right? Okay.
So I'll as soon as I realise she's watching me, I will stop trying to infiltrate, and I'll make it look like my intention all along. And I'll draw out a business card as I do.
She looks a little bit suspicious, but takes your card.
So you seem to be interested in the conversation or the group of people over there at the favela. As am I.
I don't want to impose on them. I know they have a reputation for being excellent hosts. I can see that man up there, and you were with them as well. But you've obviously taken discretion as a better fella. As soon as your that chap's gone, I'm hoping to have a chat with them. I'm looking for a chap called. She goes through her notes. Aram Yaffa.
And why might you be looking for this fellow?
I gotta protect my sources. Who are you exactly?
Well, you've got my card there.
I'll read your card now.
I'm not only a private investigator. I am somebody who has a personal interest in finding Aram Yaffa, and I would be very appreciative if you could let me know you're interested in this.
Are you trying to scoop this story?
I'm not a journalist. I'm a private investigator. I have a personal interest in this situation because
what is your personal interest?
I am looking for a.
She takes a photograph of you as with her.
Okay, you're not having that. I'm taking it off her. I'm not part of your story.
Sorry?
I'm saying I'm not part of your story.
Well, I think you are. If you have a personal interest in this.
I'm not part of your story. I'm taking the device off her.
She pulls a Vulcan cricket.
Okay,
Give that back.
I'll pull mine and say I'll give it back once I've deleted that picture you've just taken.
Well, tell you what, give it back. I will show you that I will delete the picture. I apologize for doing this, but I don't like physical violence. I'm threatened by it.
Well, you were the first one to pull a gun.
Yes, because I am weaker than you and you are stronger than me and you just manhandled me.
You haven't seen my close combat skill, have you? So anyway. Let's delete it together and we can work together. And
so give it to me.
We'll
give me the device.
We'll do it together. I'm going to holster my gun, put that back in its thing.
She keeps hers out.
And say, show me what buttons to press and I will do it.
Give me my device. I don't want you looking through the other photographs.
Are we on a high level here? Is this one of the promenade high? Say, well, either this goes over the edge or you tell me what buttons to press. 3, 2.
She shoots you.
Shoots me for that. Okay.
Well, she hasn't got very good skill with her Vulcan cricket, though. And it misses, and she says, "That's just a warning shot." She says, "Give me my device, and I will delete the photograph."
The device is, and say, "Well, okay, my gun is now out. I'm drawing my gun and saying, I won't miss. We can do this friendly, or we can do this badly. I have the Lady of Tears on my side, so you may not wish to shoot at me again." I don't want to see your other pictures. I just want to be guaranteed that the picture you just took of me.
And I offered you that guarantee, and you chose not to trust me.
And you shot at me. So I was right not to trust you.
I shot a warning shot.
No, you didn't. You tried to shoot me, and you were shit, and you missed.
It was a warning shot. She lies. Have you thrown the device over the...
No, I haven't. I'm going to put the device in my pocket, but I've still got my gun out and say, we could do this reasonably and you will get exactly what you want, but you need to put your gun away
What
now.
I want is for you to give me my device back.
So the cricket, I'm assuming it doesn't make a big bang, does it? It's like a needle gun.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so have I not heard
It's a rocket. I think they're little rocket needles.
Well, mine's a Vulcan pistol, so that'll make more noise, won't it?
I guess so. This is quite a noisy environment, though. So, there may be occasional gunshots up here. It's like a...
Nobody. I don't want to shoot her.
Shoot, I can see you don't want to shoot me. Give me my device back. And I will delete the photograph.
Okay, I
apologize for taking it without your permission.
I'll take the device out and I will put it on the floor at her feet.
Keeping the gun pointing at you.
And I'm keeping the gun pointing at her.
She reaches down.
Yeah, and I'm putting my hand on her shoulder so she can't run. You're not running away with that.
She puts the Vulcan cricket right in your crotch.
I'm putting it under her throat. We can do this one or two ways.
Yeah, but you end up without a manhood.
You end up dead. You
wouldn't shoot a defenseless journalist. I have press credentials. There would be an investigation.
Defenseless? She's got a gun held at his crotch. That's not defenseless, is it? Exactly. Sorry, not that I'm there. Oh no, this is happening.
All right.
Take your hand off my shoulder.
Yeah, I take my hand off her shoulder and I put my gun away and say, at least
she puts her gun away.
I can be reasonable.
And with two hands now that she's free, she shows you and deletes your picture.
Okay, what's your name?
Jayla Kahuri.
Okay, Jayla.
Jeyla.
Jeyla, yeah.
Kuhari.
Okay. Hello, are we still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You're not, I've just deleted you from the meeting.
So look, Jayla, I'm looking for a friend of the family who one of the last people we know she met was Aram Jaffa. Jaffa.
And she was a mystic, right?
And we need to talk to Jaffa to find out where she is.
But she was a mystic?
I have no idea what a mystic is other than what I've read in the papers. So
You might have read some of my words on that.
Well, possibly. So I've got no idea, but I do know she's a family. She's a family friend of my friend over there.
Kidnapping mystics.
And you think Aram is involved in that?
I have my suspicions.
You think he's a willing participant? Because I've had my suspicions, but
I don't know. I need to know. I need to meet him. But he's been connected.
He's been connected. What do you mean by that? He's been connected to the.
There's something big behind this. This isn't just prejudice. This isn't some racist gang of Zenithian hegemonists not wanting their bloodlines tainted. This is something big. And this could be a huge, huge scoop. It could rock the horizon. I'm convinced of it.
Could this make your career?
Do you want to just make a culture roll quickly?
How important do you think this culture roll is going to be, Tone? But whether I push it or not.
It would be an extra bit of information. It probably doesn't have that much value, and she'll probably tell you eventually anyway.
Okay,
probably not worth pushing then in that case.
No, okay, I won't.
It will be my considered advice on the subject.
Saying, look, I'm a private investigator. I'm investigating this fellow anyway. If you want to get the information that I've got, then you need to, well, maybe help pay my expenses, as a journalist would with any good source that provides information to a journalist.
So what's
you're basically trying to manipulate the situation to get paid.
Well, and get her information as well. Yeah, well, why not? I need to pay Noor back her 2,000 after I've blown it.
No, I've just read that it's her glasses are a camera.
Not in this scenario, it's not though.
Not anymore.
I've seen it somewhere. It's at the top of the next column.
So what do you say, JLo? We can work together. You don't need to try shooting at me again. I don't need to kill you for doing something stupid. We both gain. We can share and pool our information. You get your scoop and become the biggest reporter on Coriolis. I find my friend's family friend.
I'm not sure I trust you, she says.
I could have killed you more than once. I could have thrown your device over the edge more than once. I put the gun away before you did. I've demonstrated a lot of trust in you.
You might trust me. I'm just arguing, can I trust you? Could you make a manipulation roll to prove how trustworthy you are?
Unlikely, I suspect. 3
Given
dice.
the number of dice she's rolling, possibly that may be the case.
Okay, I will push that. So I have another darkness point.
Thank you.
And
I realise I haven't spent any yet in 2 sessions.
No, I got no successes.
Should
I get
plenty?
don't I get bonus dice for my behaviour? Because I have demonstrated.
No, you don't. I mean, she doesn't get bonus dice for her behaviour either. But you did pull a gun.
She shot me. She tried to.
Didn't shoot at you.
Her behaviour was bad. Mine was good. I could have blown her head off.
Her behaviour was bad and honest. She thinks you're scamming her for something. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, up at the bakery, this young man arrives, and you can see, Tony, that he's got a family resemblance to.
Has he just walked past 2 people arguing in the street?
Yes.
Yeah, shooting at each other.
So busy arguing, we didn't notice that the person we're both looking for was just walked past.
She might even know what he looks like, and she didn't spot it. So he looks at you guys kind of. He looks at you, Tony, kind of curiously. This is. I'll show you. I didn't print out this picture, but there he is. That's the man.
Okay.
You're looking at.
Looks like Tuvok.
He's he looks a bit depressed, smiling, but you can kind of see a bit of a Yeah, he's trying to. He's putting a happy face on, as it were.
I'll say, are you Aram? I take it.
Yes, here he is, Aram, says Sharam. Come and sit. This nice man has come to visit you. Maybe he has work for you, Aram, if you treat him well. He greets you with a bow, sits, takes a date from the bowl. What have you come to see me about?
Aram, my name's Yaqoub Nasser. I'm a friend of a student called Noor, who I believe you were also a friend of. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, you can see him react kind of badly to that.
Bad in what way?
I'm just trying to see how you play this one. Give me a moment. Yeah, badly in that he rushes out in the street or rushes out onto the sort of balcony things and starts heading down towards where Dave and the journalist.
I'm going to go after him and say, shout, Aram, what? I just want to talk to you. I'm trying to find Noor. She's gone missing. Wait. And I'm going after him.
Cool. Loud enough to
very much loud enough so that
they're arguing with
Ocean
can hear.
Okay. The path that he's running on, how wide is it?
It's not very wide at all. I mean,
okay,
you can block it relatively easily.
Right. My melee combat is shit. I'm gonna stand in his way, draw my gun, and say, "Trust me, we are friends, but you've got to stop."
Always with the gun, says the journalist. You don't need to pull a gun at every opportunity.
Because I'm shit at fighting. That's why. And I'm just basically trying to stare him.
That's why she pulled her gun, because she's shit at fighting. And she's also shit at shooting, as you found out.
Well, which is good, yeah.
So, okay, how are we going to do this one?
Is that a manipulation with a bonus for the gun, maybe?
Well, I'm going to give you a manipulation, but it's going to be -1 because
okay. that's bad.
Although he can see the gun, you can feel his fear in your head.
Okay.
Mystic power.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's only 2 dice. Let's see what happens. 1 6.
1 6.
Hang on. No,
I'll believe you. That's the second 6 you've rolled, I think.
6 and a 3. Hang on.
No. Fine. I trust you. No, Dave, stop doing that.
That's not working. That's not really working out.
Okay, I'll never do that again. Okay.
No, that didn't really work.
Lesson learned. Okay. Anyway, there was 1 6.
So yeah, he's confused. You're confused. You, as well as kind of feeling his fear, as it turned out, actually, you knew which way he was going to dodge as well. So it's almost like you could almost see yourself in his mind's eye, and you could see him trying to go past you, and you just reached out and grabbed him. So
that's weird.
You've got him.
Okay. I think we need to go somewhere safe. Let's take him somewhere safe, because you don't want to stay.
This is not far away, so I kind of caught up.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Didn't get very far.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and. Did I feel this fear as well?
I think you probably did. Yeah, it was very difficult, weird sensation, but you caught this weird image of your friend sort of fading in and out, appearing weirdly at different angles of the camera. Very strange.
That was quite
Yeah, sorry,
unnerving,
guys.
I have to say. Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
I won't do it again ever. I promise.
Okay, I'm going to try and reassure Aram and say, look, trust us, we're friends. We're not, we're not here to hurt you. We want to help you. We're trying to find Noor.
Let's just start taking him off the street somewhere. And then maybe we need to get him back to the Crossroads College, maybe, or to the ship.
How's he reacting? Is he calming down at all? Can I do a manipulation roll?
Yeah, I
see if
think
he calms down.
He kind of breaks down at this point and says, "Please don't tell my family. I got my life so crap."
And
he's easily manipulated down, but the
won't tell
journalist is
anyone.
coming with you.
We won't tell anyone that you don't want us to tell.
I think it's my duty, she says, to make sure he's safe and you're not going to go off and kill him. You gun-happy nutter.
The only
Hello,
person
she says to you.
Sorry, who's this?
This is some gun-crazy journo who's tried to shoot me, but missed.
Jayla Kahari. I'm a journalist with the Bulletin. This is a top story. You know that mystics are being kidnapped.
Mystics? What mystics? What's this got to do with mystics?
We're not having this conversation on the street. Let's go straight to the spaceport and go to the ship.
You've got a ship?
If she wants to sit in the vacuum of space, she's welcome. You're not coming with us.
I'm coming with you. I'm coming. This.
You are not
my lead.
coming with us. I don't give a shit what your fucking lead is. You are not coming with us.
Right.
I will shoot you to kill.
You walk away. I'll take the photographs and put that on the newsletter. Key witness in the mystic disappearances taken off by two shady people from... What part of town are you from?
Well,
I'm coming with you.
Yeah, did he give a business card like you do everyone else?
Yeah, I do.
So she knows who we are then, and where to find us.
I need to stop doing that, really, don't I? But, we're after business.
That's true.
Yeah, it's all right. Oh, yeah, you can come with us. We come to our ship and then we'll just kill you there. It's fine. I think going to the Crossroads College is a bad idea at the moment, especially with the journo in tow.
In tow, yeah.
I think we go to the ship.
Yeah, no, that's got it. Well, presumably
the ship is out on the net, though, so that's a journey to take, a shuttle journey and stuff like that. It's not like you're walking onto a fancy ship in a fancy high-rent spaceport.
No, we might need to think about that. Do we have?
You could go to any one of a number of cantinas if you wanted.
Okay.
That's probably the.
Hang on. Can I invoke a friend in every port and say that there is a Crossroads College on this side of Coriolis, where there was somebody that we used to know really well at our college, and he runs this one, or she runs this one, and this could
okay.
This could be. Her name is Alma Menkari.
Okay. So Alma Menkari runs the Crossroads College that kind of is at the entrance to this favela sort of thing. It's the more built part of the promenade.
The way I'm seeing this is we are Vincent and what's his name in Pulp Fiction needing to get off the road with a dead black guy in the back of the car and the car soaked in blood.
So you're going to go and visit Quentin Tarantino?
No.
Okay.
Alma's the female version of Quentin Tarantino.
Right. Okay.
And we'll have
a better actor than he is.
Yeah. And we'll have a cup of coffee. Basically getting us off the street.
Right. So you get them off the street into Alma's Crossroads College.
How does Jayla feel coming into a Crossroads College like this, which are pretty unwelcome places for most people?
Well, are they? I mean,
yeah, they tend to be,
But you were saying it was kind of like a cafe and kind of dingy and stuff.
Well, it's thing is they are kind of, they've got an official religious purpose, but they do tend to be taken over by kind of local gangs and thugs
elements
who then run
She's
protection.
a journalist. This is how she finds leads.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So anyway, Aram says, because I reckon we ought to finish quite soon.
Yeah.
So he explains that a few weeks ago he was approached by the Coriolis guard, and
were these Coriolis guard with bald heads and strange accents?
When you describe, he didn't see them as
Odd
at the time, but now you describe them like that. He goes, yeah, I guess they were a bit different from most of the other Coriolis guard, but I thought they were legitimate. And they threatened to tell my family about this thing I do with my thoughts. I can't stay in my head. And they said that would they'd get my father thrown out the Spice Plaza out of his stall because nobody kind of wants to be associated with these diseased people. So if I didn't do what they told me, that's what would happen.
And what did they tell you?
What did they tell you to do?
Just befriend other mystics and kind of arrange to meet them, and then just not be there. And the guard would be there instead, and they'd take them off and look after them. They said they treat them as a disease, but people are running scared because of all the rumors about this stuff. So it was like it's for their own good as well.
Why haven't they taken you in? Other than, are you just here? You're just a stooge to sort of get all the others lassoed into their clutches. Because if you've got these mystic,
I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I think you're right. I got a friendly face, I guess. I was unemployed.
And you
knew I would. I'm weak.
And did they know that you had these mystic powers? As implication.
Yes, they told me.
So tell me about Noor, when you met her and the last time that you saw her, and what arrangements you made for her to be picked up by these guards.
I'm just making sure I've got the whole story here. I don't know exactly what happened to Noor, but I think, I arranged to meet. We were going to meet Noor and her new friend, or not her old friend. I'm her new friend. I can't remember her name. There was another woman. Anyway,
I think we know.
Yeah, I'm not going
to
prompt him with the name.
Only want one at a time. So I just said to Noor, let's meet earlier, and that's what I told the guard, and I made sure I wasn't there, and I don't know what happened to her. I didn't see it, but
so you don't know what happened. You haven't seen Noor since or heard from her?
No.
And how long ago was this?
God, for Christ's sake. It was yesterday morning. No, it was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And where do they take these mystics when they collect them?
They look after them.
Do you know where they look after them?
Sorry?
Do you know where they look after them?
Well, first of all, he shows you these leaflets like the one you saw. So
the sanitarium.
The first thing I do is try and get them to the sanatorium, and I guess that's where they take them, but they're treating them. They could cure the affliction, and they were gonna cure me as well. Just they needed their help first, finding some others.
Do they treat them at the sanatorium? Do you know? Do you know where in the sanatorium they treat?
I think so. I mean, I maybe not though, because otherwise they'd just take them at the sanatorium, wouldn't they?
And they don't do that.
No, they asked me to arrange a meeting, and then they're waiting, and I'm not. I know it's wrong. I'm guilty.
I'm formulating a plan.
If only I'd gambled the money away.
I'm formulating a possible plan, which I'm not going to discuss in front of Aram, but with Tony about why didn't we get Aram to tell them he's got another one?
Hold on, you're not discussing it with Aram, so what are you doing?
Well, I think I could take Tony to one side.
Okay.
Unless, okay.
So Jailer's watching you very intently.
Has he got some kind of... Can he read our minds, is what I'm thinking, if we have this conversation?
Well, probably. Given that he can project thoughts into your minds, one imagines he might be able to read them as well. You haven't actually asked him.
No. So what is your mystic power then? Which mystic talent do you have? What page is it on?
These are mystic talents that don't appear in the mystic talent book.
Yeah.
I've lost his stats. Yeah, I hear other people's thoughts, he said.
Okay.
Which, believe me, is not great news.
Not as good as it sounds. Yeah. Okay.
People have such
So if you can
weird thoughts.
If you can hear our thoughts, then you know that our motivations here are entirely genuine. We don't really care about you. We care about Noor, and we care about finding her and making.
I can't read your thoughts all the time. They just come to me. I don't know that I can control it.
Because we suspect that these guards are not treating the mystics that they take.
And they're certainly not Coriolis guard. There are some element pretending to be Coriolis guard.
And we suspect they don't have the best interests of these people at heart, including you, I suspect. Once your usefulness to them has passed, things won't end well for you either. But in the course of finding Noor, we can find out who these people are and what their motives are. And that may, no promises, but may potentially get you off the hook.
Yes, says Jailer. She's getting very excited and she's kind of encouraging him to do this. You could be the thing that blows the whole story. You could be the hero of this and not the villain.
What do you think the story is, Jailer?
Well, as you say, there's obviously something behind this. Some great politician or something in charge of this. This is not just a criminal gang. This could be big, but we don't know who. You and I, we're doing the same thing. You two and I. You want to find the secret. Who's behind this? So do I.
Well,
but,
I want to find my old friend's daughter and make sure that she's
obviously
safe.
we want to save them all, but we also want to know who's been kidnapping them, who's directing these people, why these so-called guards are coming here. And Aram here, he could be the answer. If he can, I don't know if he can.
So see, I'm thinking. So if we can, okay, what are our leads right now? One is the sanatorium, or I'm not quite sure what we can do about that. That's
really... try and break it and search the entire place, but that's probably not realistic.
No,
really, is it?
The other thing is Aram. Now, Aram doesn't know where Noor is. We suspect that Noor's been taken or she's in hiding somewhere. At the moment, we've got no other leads as to where Noor may be hiding if she hasn't been taken.
Because I think we do suspect she wasn't taken at the meeting that Aram arranged for her to be taken at, because we heard from her more recently than that. We did. That's correct, isn't it, Matthew? We did.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yes.
So what leads do we have to try and find Noor? Is one question. The other question is, we could get Aram to go and tell his guard contact that he's found another mystic.
Yeah. One of us pose as that mystic.
Exactly.
Get taken and see where we end up.
Says Jailer. Yes.
Either get taken, or maybe Jailer should get taken.
Yes. Now that would be a scoop, wouldn't it, for you, Jailer?
That would be. Yeah, that would be a great scoop.
You could pretend to be a mystic.
Get taken. I don't have any.
Undercover journalism. That's right up your street.
Yeah. That's like prize-winning journalism, that is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, do you want to try and manipulate?
Okay.
But I guess my thought is, Tone, that we would then either, I guess, following them might not help because they'll probably just go straight to the sanatorium. Maybe, maybe not.
Well, we don't know where that's where they're going, do they? So,
or it gives us a chance to ambush them and try and capture one and interrogate him.
So I'm manipulating. Can Dave help with my manipulation?
I can give you a dice, yeah. I'm assuming. So Matthew, for general skills, do I have to have the skill in it to give him a dice or not?
I think we should do that. Yes.
Okay, I can't give you a dice then, Tone.
Okay. So I get no successes anyway. I'm going to push it then.
Oh, darkness point.
Ooh, and then I get 3 successes.
3, excellent.
Yes. I can
Okay,
wave my webcam around to prove it if you want.
That's a great idea. She's all up for that. So Noor, will you do it? Will you say that I've approached you?
Aram.
Aram.
Sorry, Aram.
Now, Aram, the plan is that Aram says that she is a mystic. And
yes.
she gets taken whilst we are covering the.
But the key thing
takedown
is they won't take me until Aram's convinced me to go to the sanatorium for evaluation.
That's the point. If they go,
and then they'll evaluate me.
That's true.
Find that you haven't actually got any mystic
but
powers, or unless you have, unless there's something.
But then we can still work on that. They may not take me, but at least they might invite me to the sanatorium.
And we get some kind of inside scoop.
Yeah, but at least we can find out who you meet at the sanatorium.
Although I guess
another potential target.
There is a slight problem there, which is we're kind of relying on this for Aram's credibility. If he starts sending people who are manifesting not mystics to it, then that might see him scooped up. We might lose him as an asset.
So Aram, do all the mystics that you've been dealing with, do they all go to the sanitarium first before they decide to take them?
Yeah.
Have there been any that no one's refused to go and they take them anyway?
Not that I'm aware of.
I've got to just take 2 seconds, guys.
Where's Dave gone?
I don't know. Didn't say. Probably for a piss, I guess. I might just go
Okay.
and grab another
We're
beer while he's
streaming
doing
this.
that. Well, he didn't say. That's my assumption. That will be the assumption of anyone watching anyway. Will it? So.
Okay, you're going to grab a drink. We should finish soon. It's quite late.
Yeah. Grab a drink anyway. Back very shortly.
Hello. All my friends have left me. Let's see what's happening on the Twitter sphere.
So
Right.
where have we got to?
So yeah, we were just finding that everybody that he's sent has gone to the sanitarium first.
Okay.
And your understanding, Aram, is that the reason they go to the sanitarium is that they assess whether they think they do have these mystic powers before they decide
I think so.
whether to take them or not.
Or the nature of the powers. I don't know whether they're looking for particular forms of mystic.
Because this feels like a good plan, but that might be a Just might fall down at that step.
Hang on. We do have another option. Aram, have you identified any other mystics that you're currently cultivating? Is there somebody out there we could use?
No, not
Someone else we can recruit.
I was going to talk to Noor's new friend, but I've never met her.
Althea. Althea's got mystic powers, hasn't she?
Has Althea been to the sanatorium?
No.
How do you identify
That's an option.
the individuals with mystic powers that you find?
Well, it's we're outcasts if people know about us, but we kind of congregate. We know where to go to get help, and people are coming to me for help. Actually, since I've been doing this, I've helped a lot of people, really.
So we could ask Althea to be our mole. It's a bit of a potentially a high risk thing to ask some young student to take on, but she might.
She's not a student. She's a bar singer.
No. Oh yes, of course she was. So she might be up for it to help find Noor.
Particularly if our Jenna here wants to throw us some money.
Jenna says, how do you communicate with the guards? To Aram. And he says, I've got this sort of communicator. It's just for them. It's encrypted.
Okay. Can we hack into that then? Can we make a clone of it? Can you hack into it and get a clone so any communication?
Break the encryption.
Well, basically set up a clone so that, we break the encryption, but then every time they communicate with Aram, we hear it as well, but they don't know about it. Well, Aram must have the encryption code or something.
No. It works normally. The encryption happens on the inside.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you can have it if you want, but I'll need it back if I'm going to do this plan of yours.
It might give us identifiers for the other end, and we might be able to locate where that other end device is. It's worth a hack, isn't it? I think.
Yes.
Definitely.
So, if I call them first and then you hack them, I say that I've got a lead on another mystic.
Or can you just not get the identifier for their device off his device?
I don't know. Can you take Yaqoub?
Well, I can try if it requires it. If somebody can do a data gen skill, I can give it a go.
It'll be a -2.
-2. That leaves me with 4 dice. Give it a go.
Worth a try.
No successes. Should I push this one? 4 dice.
Up to you.
You have the 8 points of darkness.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to push them.
I think we have other options.
Yeah.
Because we could just, like, say, get Aram to call them. I mean, ideally, we could do a getting one and torturing him, asking him some questions.
Well, if Aram calls them, and I guess we need Aram to call them to tell them he's found on the mystic, get Althea or another mystic to go to the sanatorium and convince them that they are a mystic, and then there'll be a meeting arranged, and we'll know where that is, and we can take that out. And so I guess the first thing to do is go back and talk to Althea and agreement to.
Yeah, there might be other options as well that we might come up with if we have a bit more time to think about it. Because if we can identify where that device is, that might be in their headquarters where Noor might be. So if we can do that, if we can hack the device so we can get its location, that might be the best lead to finding out where Noor is. Is that a thought for next time?
Yes. First of all, talking to Aram, are you willing to help us with this?
Yeah, I am.
And we'll protect you.
But
Do our best, anyway.
as you're saying that, I'm going to spend some points. This is just for next time. And I am going to spend 2 darkness points. And some thugs burst through into the corner cafe, whatever you call them.
Crossroads
College. And we will leave it there.
Okay, cool.
To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. At what point do we get experience, Matt? We didn't get any last time.
Yeah, not getting any yet. We haven't even got to the end of Act 1 yet.
We've had like 5 hours of play. Surely there's at least...
We have had about 1 hour of play last time and 2 hours of play this time.
Well, okay. Maybe that's just down to your inability with the technology.